All right, we are in the room. We are in the room. All right, I'm setting this up. We're 2 minutes early, but 2 minutes early, that means you are on time. When you are on time, you are late. All right, I'm going to start admitting people in here. Make sure you guys come in on mute. Come in on mute. I am still prepping here. Trying to make sure I have everything connected. Make sure I have my water so my throat doesn't get parched. I'm gonna wait for more people to jump in. I don't know who's all gonna jump in on this Q&A tonight, but I'm excited to be doing this for you guys because there's not a lot of platforms that will allow you to just ask all the questions that you have that just wander through your brain when you're working the surplus business. And a lot of people do not have mentors that they can turn to and speak with on a day-to-day basis about the surplus business. My husband and I, we are very fortunate to have two mentors, and literally we talk to them every day. And we jump on a conference call like literally every day. And we talk about, what counties are hot, what states we should be, working in, and, how we're closing our deals and what are we saying, how are we getting the claimants to sign up, how are we following up. So there's like so much that we talk about. And also it keeps us motivated, it keeps us super motivated to just keep going, because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I get discouraged. I may have a bad day where almost every claimant cussed me out or didn't want to hear anything I had to say, called me a scam, was just upright rude, and that's hard to kind of snap back and want to like get back into it the next day and make phone calls. But what I've learned is just kind of let it go, because you just don't understand what they're going through mentally after losing their property. So I have to kind of be like, okay, if it was me, I will kind of be feeling the same way too. It doesn't give them an excuse to be rude and mean to you, but I get it. And I just try to start all over the next day. And then I'll finally get that one yes out of 20 calls. I'll finally get that one yes. And I'm like, yes, okay, it was worth it. So I'm gonna wait for a few more people to jump on. I'm taking my sweater off. It was cold. It's raining here in Dallas. They said a really big storm was coming through here tonight, and it got a little chilly outside to me. So let me see. I think I see Tammy on here. Wave if you can hear me. Hi, Tammy.
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Excited about the call.
Thank you for jumping on tonight. I want everyone to take advantage of this. A lot of people have watched my video, the surplus course, and I know a lot of people may have a lot of questions after watching it. So that's why I wanted to do this Q&A, so I can answer whatever questions that you guys may have, and try to get you guys going and get you started. So I'm going to give everyone a few more minutes to get on, and then I'm going to get started. And Tammy, if you're like the only one on here, girl, just go like ask away. I want
All
to
to
help
myself.
you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Right
I want,
now.
people have to take advantage of it. I said a free Q&A, so the next Q&A may not be free, because it's my time, it's my time and my energy. It's never about the money. It's just the time and energy that you put into things, because I could be making phone calls on the West Coast,
West
right?
Coast, right. West Coast. I love the West Coast, because they're way
Yeah.
behind us in time and stuff. I don't
I
like
love
working on the
calling.
East Coast time so much.
Yeah, I love calling on the West Coast, and I love calling because it's late here, because I'm Central Standard Time. So I love calling the West Coast, and then plus I love calling on Sundays because they're going to answer the phone. 5 times out of 10, they're going to answer the phone or they're going to respond to your text. Why? Because what company calls on a Sunday telling you
Right,
that you
most of them
want.
do not call on
They
Sundays, you
don't.
know?
So that kind of separates you from everyone else. Because everyone's
Right.
like Monday through Friday, maybe in the morning, you may get a phone call in the evening, but a Sunday, that
But,
throws them off completely.
they're probably working on the weekdays and stuff, and they're home on the weekends, so,
Exactly. Exactly. So you have to catch them, you know?
yeah.
So yeah,
The
that's what I
West
love
Coast is
about
perfect
it.
for
Mm-hmm.
us
Exactly.
being here, your days kinda settle down and, if you have kids or whatever, they're kinda settled down, and Haven's trying to get the baby down for she just had a shower and stuff, so she's
Yeah.
not in here yet. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to get her in this. I mean, I'm just like with all my heart and soul, I'm trying to get her,
Yeah.
to
How old is she?
she's 26.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, and she needs to we live out in the middle of nowhere, so there's not a lot of opportunity. Her child's here with me and, you know, it's 45 minutes or an hour to go to work anywhere, and
Oh, wow. Wow.
so it would be perfect for her if she would like I think our problem is we just haven't gotten started. Just
Yeah.
have not I mean, I've had courses for 2 years, 3 years now.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, and I have a full-time job, I work for a bank. I do
Okay.
curative and title work for a bank, so,
Okay.
um, but I also have a real estate license, and I've been a real estate investor for the last 25 years probably, so
Okay.
it just, like, goes, like, hand in hand,
Right.
I'm really familiar with documents and stuff, but we don't have what you have. You have that go get it, whatever,
Yeah.
and I think that's what's missing. So I know that's what's missing.
And
So
you'll
it's
find
not
it.
the
You will
it's
find
not
it.
the I know. I'm used to people like coming to me, not really going to them and like, when they have problems, they come to me and it's hard for me to go and reach out and
Mhm.
have people cuss you out and stuff. I haven't had that experience and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think Haven has had some of that because she was a telemarketer.
Right.
Tell her I'll call her back, okay, baby? I'm on the call. Tell her I'll call her back. And anyway, she did surveys and stuff for a telemarketer or a call center before.
Mm.
So she's used to people cussing her out and hanging up and
Oh,
stuff like
yeah.
that. So, but
Yeah.
I think she would be good at it once if she knew what she was doing. She
Yeah.
doesn't have the real estate or, she doesn't have that background to with the documents and stuff. So
Mhm.
that's why I'm
Yeah.
trying to be there with her and kind of, you know, get her started and stuff. And I know I'll love it too once it gets started, but
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And
just
that's why I tell my stories on YouTube, like at first when my husband introduced this business to me, I was like, okay, yeah, I've done the whole call center thing for many years. And I was like, I do not want to call anyone. I didn't want to do it. And we kept watching, a lot of other people on YouTube, and he was like, we have to jump in. There's so much, money to be made. We have to really jump into this. And I'm like, okay. So I started making a few phone calls, and luckily my very first call, I will never forget. My very first call, it was a lady here in Dallas, Texas, and she cussed me out. And hung
no.
up in my face. And I literally left her a message, and then I text her. And when I told her she had some money that the county was holding, she got back on that phone and called me back, and she apologized for hanging up in my face. And we were like the best of friends after
Best
that.
friends. Yeah. I love those things.
Yeah.
I I
It
had a real
scared me. It made me nervous, I was like, oh, this is not what I want to do.
yeah. I have had calls like that before. I had a real es- um a realtor called me one time. I had a house for sale in like Glen Rose or something, but it was already sold and stuff, and I hadn't taken my um, listing off of our company website, and
Mhm.
she was with our company in our company and stuff, and I was just
Mhm.
busy. I hadn't had a chance to call her back, and she was like,
Mhm.
she said, "Lady, I'm not going to quit calling you until you call me back," you know. And I just started laughing after I got off the phone with her message and stuff. And it was like, I called her back, and we were like, she was like in her 70s, and I was like, we were like best friends from
Yeah,
until she passed away a couple of years ago. So, but yeah, I love stories like that. So,
yeah. Well, I
but
see that Shannon has jumped on. Welcome,
hey,
Shannon.
Shannon.
So before we get started, you guys, I want to do something new where I just say a small prayer because I'm very, spiritual, and if you guys watched any of my past videos, I'm always, giving all, praises to the highest, because without him we are nothing. And he, for us to be on this journey of the surplus funds, helping people, through a very, hard time after losing their property, I see us as angels. We're like God sent angels, like telling these people, giving them information that they had no clue about. So whenever I get started doing a video, I just want to, say a small prayer, and then I would like to proceed with our Q&A, and then we'll just go from there. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Most High, we just thank you for this beautiful evening. We thank you for just providing for us and just calling us to this assignment to help others in need. We ask that you just continue to be with us and just lead us in the direction that you have us to be in, to be a blessing to others. We ask that you rain down on our business, that you just guide us through doors and windows and every opportunity that you have in store for us. We thank you for this moment. We thank you for our friends, our family, our mentors, and anyone that has come into our lives in a positive way. We thank you. In these prayers we ask in your name, all praises.
In
All
Jesus'
right.
name, amen. Thank you.
Amen. All right, we got someone else that just came in. All right, and it's connecting. So you guys, today has been it's been an exciting day for me, because today I just launched another class that I will be teaching for a lot of people that have been wondering about XPLS Pro. I'm going to be dropping a lot of information about this, this, what do you want to call it, this system, because a lot of people have subscribed to XPLS, and they have basically had deals taken right up under them. And I'm not sure how this program, how the program goes as far as using their attorneys and using their notaries and things like that to close these deals. But from what I'm hearing so many different stories that a lot of people have not been paid out from using the system. And I have not experienced that because I went about doing it a different way. So I didn't get caught up in that ram of being scammed, if that's what they're saying. So I'm not sure, how they were handling their claims, but I will be teaching the best way, the best strategy on how to handle your claims if you're going to play around with XLPS. So that's going to be Wednesday. I believe at 8 p.m. I'm going to go over that information. So for those that are interested in that, I'll have that information for you guys, because like I said, I want everyone to eventually be able to, get out there on their own. After a while, you kind of have to spread your wings and fly by yourself, and, and kind of get out there. So I want to provide you guys with the tools and resources so you can. But it's okay to starting off. It's okay to have mentors and a team, and, like I said, to JV on, a few deals just until you get comfortable, because not everyone has all the documents that they need, as soon as a claimant say, yes, sign me up. And then you're like, oh, shoot, I don't have any documents. I don't even know what to send them, you know, or you don't have an attorney, you know, and you're talking about all 50 states. And, you know, everybody's not able to have access to an attorney, you know. But the good thing with us is that we have a network, we have a team, and our team is able to find that attorney. Our team has all the documents. So that's, you know, that's why I'm willing to JV with a lot of people, because I remember when we didn't have mentors and we didn't have nobody to turn to. We had all these claims up underneath our belt. We had all these people we spoken with, and we're like, okay, we don't have any kind of documents. This all we could do was send our agreements. That was it. That we only signed them up with an agreement, and we didn't know how to move forward. We didn't have an attorney. We didn't have none of the documents to send them. We were stuck. And, you know, that leads to those claimants going to go sign up with someone else because we've held on to their claim for 4, 5, 6 months and haven't even moved on it, knowing it doesn't even take that long. Especially with a mortgage, it takes 30 to 45 days. With a tax, it may take up to 120 days to close that one out, depending on, you know, what the situation is. Especially when you have to go through a whole bunch of errors, that takes the longest. So it all depends. So I've been working on that, just trying to, I think someone else is, that's what I've been working on to prepare for Wednesday, because I really want to just spill the sauce on all of that to get everybody going. Because I think once we learn how to maneuver through these systems that they keep putting out there, because this is not going to be the last system they're going to put out. You know, XLPS, whatever this name of the system is, I'm sure someone is building something else similar to it, where we're going to be able to access all of these leads, all of these foreclosures. So just be ready, but you have to know how to navigate through the information that they're giving. So that will be Wednesday. Other than that, what else I want to update you on? We're going to go into our Q&A. Oh, I am excited because one of our deals is paying out on tomorrow. And this is actually our first paper check. Our first paper check coming in.
Congratulations.
From the mortgage company. Yeah. So y'all, these mortgage companies, they will play dumb, blind, and deaf when you're coming after them and on behalf of the claimant to get these funds. They will run until they can't run anymore. And sometimes you have to send the attorney in to, you know, notify them and let them know that we know about the surplus. But this will be our first paper check. Our other deals have been like wire transfer straight from the attorney, but this will be our actual first paper check. So I will do a video on that because I want to share that with you guys. And I want to share the letter that the mortgage company sent to us in regards to the surplus funds to pay out. So that's going to be really good information to kind of get you guys informed on what happens, you know, once you collect, you know, the funds from the mortgage company. So I'm excited about that one. And I think that is it. I want you guys, I'll take one at a time. If y'all can raise a hand, or it's just 3 of you guys. If I want you guys to take turns asking questions, just so we don't all talk at one time. I guess raise a hand. Is it a raise hand thing on here? Y'all, I don't know nothing about Zoom. So y'all have to help me because I'm not familiar with Zoom. There we go. Yeah, there we go, Shannon. Yeah. So you can go ahead and unmute yourself and go ahead and ask a question.
Okay, hello, Miss Karen.
Hi.
Hi, darling. Hi, Miss Tammy and Denise. It's good to meet you guys as well. I'm a little frustrated, Karen. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Now you know when you register everything with the Secretary of State, the verbiage that they used was kind of confusing, but I did it anyway, and I did the EIN number and all that was the same. Well, when I started getting documents confirming all this, they sent it to my home address instead of the virtual office address. So that means when I go on, anybody can go on the Secretary of State's website, pull up my business name, and my address is stuck to it. So
Yeah.
my home address. So that's the reason why I did it the way I did it. So by me being the registered agent, they want to make sure that they have someone in place to get your documents if it's from the state or whatever, right? Your taxes and
Right.
all. That's fine. But when I got the virtual office, which I'm paying $75 a month for, I
Mm,
already automatically put in every 2 weeks, an email comes to that office in regards to my business. It gets forwarded to my home address, right?
right.
So in order for me to get this taken care of, now I got to go back and do a amendment on um the LLC, the Articles of Organization, and I got to go back to the EIN, and I also got to go back to the virtual office and say, hey, when y'all did this, something happened when now it's coming to my home with my business name attached to it, but that's not where I wanted it to be. So now I got to go into figuring out where I got to go. I went, as of last week, I had to send in a paper for the Secretary of State with a $5 check attached to it for them to put it in the system correctly, because my family member is deciding to do the registered agent, and they're right down the road from me. So that's the best way to do it, because I don't want people to go online and be like, oh, let me see who owns this business, pull it up. Oh, this is so and so. Let me go to her. That's very dangerous, right?
Right.
So I didn't want to use my home address, but now they're attaching it to my home address because I am the owner, COO, CEO, whatever you want to call it. And by my name and my home address being up there for to receive the mail, they're getting me all confused, and I'm just getting very frustrated.
I
So
think I believe you can amend it, but if there's a number that you can call,
yeah,
you can get someone on the phone and they should be able to direct you, because every state is different. Um, I know with Texas that they have all the forms online. So I'm not sure if they have all the forms for you to change it, but you should be able to change it, because I did
yeah,
that. We moved from one virtual office to another one, and there was just a form I printed out, and I just put the old address and then I put the new address and then I mailed it back, and then now they have us under the new virtual address. So
yeah.
it may be just that simple.
It's like they're not even using the virtual address for anything. They're just using my home address, and it's like, oh no, I don't want my home address. And when I call the Secretary of
Yeah.
State, I got a lady on there. She said, well, that's how it's coming up on the system. And I was like, well, that's not how I want it to be, because I already did my research on this, and I don't want people
Hmm.
just to be able to to go on the Secretary of State website and pull up my business name and
And
then
they
attach to my
will.
home name. Yeah,
You need
that's
to
what I
do
don't want.
that like as soon as possible, because literally, like even when you start diving into the surplus
Right.
claimants, they want to know if you are real. They will look up your business information and they will see if you're active or not active, and they will look all of that up just to make sure you're legit before they move forward. So I will do
Right.
that first thing in the morning, is call and see what it is that you need to do.
Right. So now I need to do the EIN. I got to go to the IRS website. I already
Hmm.
did some research on that. It looks like I'm gonna be a little bit better calling them, because I sent the documents in with the $5 check to the Secretary of State last week. I haven't heard anything from them, so it'll probably take a couple of days for them to.
Yeah.
Then I need to go to the virtual office as well, because when you do the virtual office, they do the United States Postal, and they say the delivery of the mail through the agent, and you have to do the notary online and
Right.
all that stuff. And you have to sign as the registered agent. I don't know if I would have to do that over again with them or what.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just confusing.
You have time. You don't, but you do have time to correct it, but that's not going to stop you from start getting the business going. It's
Right.
not going to stop
I
you.
just want to
So
be
you're
protected.
good.
Yeah, I just want
Hmm.
to be protected, because if I was the client, and of course, like you said, they want to know. I want to look you up too. I want to see what's going on. I want to see if you got a
Exactly.
website. I want to see if you got a LinkedIn. I want to see if you got, I want to see a picture of you. I want to see all of that. So I'm putting
Right.
myself in the place of the client. You know what I'm saying? Just coming out of the blue, calling you from, like you said, it's a surprise. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody has a clue about pretty much 100%, unless it's the city or the county. They know about this stuff, but they're not going to verbally tell you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like very, very important to let these people know up front, I'm legit. This is what it is. Here's your documents. If you don't believe me, take your time. But we do have a certain period that we have to get this done if you want to get your funds. So
Oh, yeah.
that's
And
why
it's
I'm looking.
very important that you stress that right there,
Mhm.
because you don't have a lot of time. Why? Because you got other deals you need to move on to. It's just so many fish in the pond. Like, you
Mhm.
don't have time to be staying stuck on one claim. And
Correct.
I just did this the other day. I text one of the ladies, she went ostrich on me. Like she just stopped communicating with me. And I just sent her a really nice, text. And I told her it was such a pleasure talking to you when we first spoke. You made me laugh. I enjoyed talking to you and laughing with you. But as I stated, we don't have a lot of time, when it comes to, filing your claim. What can happen is if we wait too long, these funds can get escheated to the state. And once they're escheated, there's nothing we can do. No one can claim them. And so, I'm like, we either move forward today or we don't move forward at all. This will be my last reach out to you. And I wish you nothing but the best. God bless. And that was it. Now, I am going to check on her in the next 30 days to make sure, just to see if she done, got paid out. I will. But you got to kind of go there with them, and say, hey, I'm not reaching out anymore. You've missed out. I'm sorry. I'm moving on. I have other cases I have to work on. So, yeah, you're right.
You're right. It's all about the name. It's all about the names and the words that you put into a sentence, because they're going to attach to what you say initially. They're going to click onto that, because I do that. It's like, okay, I'm clicking on to what you're saying, but I'm not comprehending it at the moment, right? So it's like you're giving me something to think about, because it's a shock to have all these funds, like you said. Now, I can see a bill collector. That's totally different. This is not a bill collector. This is something that is old that they had no clue about. And so I'm putting myself in their shoes to say, okay, I need to have empathy for these people. These people have been through an event. I have not been through this event. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're going through. I don't even know if they have a place to stay. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's trying to make ends meet, and this could really, really, really turn their life around.
Yeah.
All the way 360. So you have to put your mindset into that client and think like they think. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are not able to do so. They're not able to do that. They're just there.
And you
I
have
need
to
to get
make
the calls. I need to get the calls. I need to get you out there. I need you to sign this. I need you to know. You have to be patient and have a nice voice and be calm with these people. Don't raise your voice. Because let me tell you, they know when you're concerned and when you're just there to get a check. They know what you're trying to do.
They know, yeah.
You're not dumb. Because I'm like that. I'm like, okay, when you coming at me kind of funny, kind of sideways, you're trying to force me to do something. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking at it like. So I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of my clients. You know what I'm saying? And really put my heart and effort in, and just keep thinking in my mind, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you with something that you had no clue about. I'm here to give you a blessing. This is a blessing from God that you knew nothing about. This is your prayer has been answered. This is what I'm trying to put it into. It's perspective for them to understand.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
and that works, because that's how my husband handles a lot of his phone calls. He handles them just like that. So sometimes I kind of bite off of him. And I have one claimant that I actually helped. He actually lives like up the highway from me, and his was a tax foreclosure. And we had spoke on the phone. I was at the dentist office with my kids getting their teeth cleaned, and he had called me back. And I didn't have any of my notes or nothing in front of me, but his name stuck with me. And I'm like, yeah, I think I remember calling you. I said, sir, I'm not in front of my notes right now. I'm not at the office, but as soon as I get home, I can give you a call back, but let's talk, tell me a little bit about yourself. And we spoke, and he was like, well, you're the first phone call that I'm receiving about this. And he was just saying he's disabled. He's on Social Security. And I was like, oh my goodness. And he said they amputated his foot, 3 years ago. So I'm already like in his mind frame, like, okay, he can't really do for himself, And he said his son was autistic, and I was like, okay, yeah, he needs help. So I took it, and I went over and beyond. I said, well, you know what? I'm going to assist you with not just claiming these funds, but if there's anything you need, if you need me to run to the store for you, because it looks like I'm looking at your zip code right now. It looks like you live in my area. I don't mind stopping at the store, bringing you a case of water, whatever you need. Let me know if you need something. And he didn't need anything. He was like, I'm fine, And I said, well, I'm not going to ask you to take these documents to the bank to get them notarized. I'm a notary. I'll come to you and I'll go ahead and notarize your documents for you. And literally when I got there, you guys, it was like a stench, like a cat manure, like he was already sitting outside. So he didn't want me to come into the house. and there was like a stench, like maybe just some pets or something, in the house, and they haven't cleaned up behind him or whatnot. And he just looked so sad. He was just, I could tell he's been through a lot. And he went on and signed off on everything. And I told him, Mr. John, if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. And until this day, we still text. We have not closed his claim out because this is a tax foreclosure. So this one's going to take a couple of months, but we just got word from our attorney like last week, and he has the case. So it may take another 30 days to go ahead and close this one out. But I told him once he moves, he let me know when he moved, because they have a time frame when the new owners come in and they have to vacate the property. He told me when he was moving. Then when he got to his new place, he told me he was there and gave me the address. And I make sure I text him and talk to him and let him know, hey, the attorney just told me that we're looking at maybe the next 30 days. And he was like, great, that's good news. And then I always extend myself. Do you need anything? Are you sure? Do you need anything? And so, they want to feel that you care, and it's not just about the money. So and please be very understanding and compassionate about what their situation is. That's number one. That's how you really win them over. That's really how you really win them over. You don't want to sound like some company that's calling, just trying to get that 30-35%, because they're doing the math. Don't get it twisted, y'all. They are doing the math. Once you tell them how much the mortgage company or the county is holding, and you tell them that you're going to charge 30% on the back end, they already done did the math. They looking at it like, what? You getting 20,000? Wait a minute, So they're already like, So yeah, let's be mindful of that too. So anyone want to raise their hand? Any other questions? I see someone else joined in, and there's a 615.
Oh, Haven joined in here.
Okay, I see her back there. Did you guys have any questions?
So you like doing the mortgage for overages better than the tax overages?
Yeah, I love the mortgage because basically you're sending the attorney in, and the mortgage company is not going to lie and steal when the attorney steps in. They're not going to have you running in circles because now you have the attorney stepping in, and those close out like 30 to 45 days, like real quick.
So are you focusing on the foreclosure sales, the pre-foreclosure sales and stuff, the leads?
No, I do not do the pre-foreclosure. I don't do those. I get after they've been foreclosed on. Now I do know that Ed, I did a video with Ed. He's
that one.
Yeah, he does pre-foreclosure. And he was saying that he didn't have much success in that. Because people are already they're already getting a whole bunch of phone calls, I guess, trying to stop the foreclosure or trying to get, someone's trying to buy the property. So he hasn't had much success in that one at all. So I think he's going to focus more on after the foreclosure process. Yeah, I would say after the foreclosure process is the best. It all depends on what your angle is for pre-foreclosure.
So you're watching those auctions and stuff, and then after it sells, you're contacting them right away. Is that
right away? Especially with Florida, the link that I sent you guys for the class that Miami did. Oh, I will sit there and I will watch it. And the way to look at that is when you're watching the auction, if it says third party bidder, then there's a surplus there. You do not want to go after anything that says plaintiff bid, because that has something to do with maybe
the mortgage company, maybe.
So you don't want to mess with those. But if it says third party, and you know how to subtract the bid from the judgment, correct?
Mhm.
Do you need me to show you that?
Well, you might want to explain to
Okay.
Haven.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna pull my computer up really quick, and then I'm gonna try to log on here, the call with my computer, and then I'll try to do a share screen. But yeah, um, that's where I will mess up big time on that. I didn't know how to subtract the judgment amount, which is what they were behind on, from the bid amount. And when you subtract the judgment from the bid amount, that gives you the surplus amount. So, sometimes it may be a little bit less or it may be a little bit more, depending if there was other liens and judgments that you may not see. So, let me see here if I can get on here.
So really, when you're talking to them, you really don't know what it's going to be right that soon after the foreclosure, because there could
No,
be
you
other liens and
Well,
stuff.
you could just pretty much tell them it's roughly around that amount, It could be you could tell them it could be less, because if any other lien holders come forward and are trying to collect, like when I'm closing out, there's siblings, it's 10 siblings, the parents are deceased, and it was a tax foreclosure. And come to find out it was less than what I told them because I think the school district or the hospital, somebody came in and was like, no, they owe taxes on the hospital taxes, the, what do you call it? The county hospital taxes or something like that. So it was less than what I had told them, but I had already told them that when we first spoke. I said there could be a possibility it could be less because we have to give time for other lien holders to come in and file their claim.
Right.
Yeah. So when that happens, we try to notify them as soon as possible. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can log on from my computer, if it'll let me. Hopefully it doesn't do that whole feedback. Let me try to mute it. Yeah, mute. And then let me see if it'll let me share a screen. If not, then we can definitely, Tammy, jump on a call and I can definitely show you that.
Okay.
Let's see. It has me here. I didn't want that camera to come on. Let's see. How do I turn my camera off? Stop video. Okay. Now join computer auto. Let's see. I'm muted. Will it let me do a share on here? Uh-oh. I don't know where it went. Okay. It may not, because I'm on my phone. It may not, oh, hold on. Here it is, share screen. Okay, cool. Yes, it will. Okay, give me 1 second, you guys, and I'm going to pull it up for you. Yes. In your room. Go look in your room. Mm. Let me. Okay. I had a brain fart here. I was trying to think, how can I get to this without going the long way? And I want to go to this document that I sent you guys and then click on that link and it'll take me straight there. But Florida, I believe all the counties in Florida, they hold an auction almost pretty much every day except Thursdays. And they're
Is that
good
for
to
mortgages and taxes, or is that?
I believe this is taxes, but then they do mortgages, I think, on the first of the month. I'm gonna pull it up and I'll be able to show you and tell you. Here we go. Let's go to this link here. Scroll down. Here we go. Miami auction.
So you're doing Florida and Texas. The way Bob Diamond made it sound that those were one of the two hardest states, or two of the hardest states to get started in, and they try to make you go like to Georgia and
Texas is not that hard. It's just that you have to have everybody. So if there's if this is a claim where it was heirs, it's not that you can't, it's just it does take a lot of time and it can be a little time consuming. Because like we just closed well, not we didn't just close, but we closed one of them. It was like 8 heirs and they were all related in different ways. It was a lot. We had to get the obituary, we had to figure out who was related to who and who was still living, and if that person was deceased, who were their children. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. So that's probably what they're talking about. Texas it's easy if it's one person. Like for instance, Mr. John, I was telling you about the one up the handicapped guy that I'm helping. He's easy because it's just him. And he's a tax foreclosure. It's still gonna take time to close that one out, but you do need an attorney for Texas. You need an attorney for pretty much all of whatever state and county you work in. You're going to need an attorney. I would not dare try to do this without an attorney at all.
that's what Nick says, right? He
Yeah.
likes to use attorneys and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the smartest thing to do because that leaves you as the middleman. You know, all the responsibility is off of you. All the what do you call it?
The money comes into their
Yeah, like everything is kind of off of you, and you just kind of sit back and collect, and then if anything come back and fall back, it don't fall back on you. So that's why I think using an attorney is the best thing to do.
So he also said they said that there's fee limits in Texas, but he knows how to get around them or whatever. So he didn't really
Yeah,
teach Florida and Texas in his workshop that we went to, but so I
yeah.
don't
When
know.
you build these relationships with these attorneys, some of them have flat fees that they charge to close these cases out. And once you build a rapport with them, you know, yeah, you can, you know, pay their flat fee or whatnot, but it's always smart to throw them a little extra. You get what I'm
Well,
saying? Throw them a
well,
little extra so you can keep that relationship going.
I think what he was saying, there was a a finder's fee or something in Texas that was 10% or whatever, that you could only
Hmm.
collect 10%, but there's a
Right.
way that you can go when you go through the attorneys, using the attorneys or whatever, to be able to charge more, but he never said, what for, how to do it. So
Mm. Mm. Hmm. That's interesting. I think I am about to share screen with you guys. I think I got it because I'm on the Miami thing right now. Share screen. Okay, share screen. Here we go. Let's get it going. Do y'all see my screen?
yes, we do.
All right. Perfecto. So I'm just trying to navigate it with this. Okay. So this was from, let me move this out the way, the Zoom thing. Okay. So it looks like this was July the 12th. I'm going to go ahead and skip all the way up to the most current. Okay. So the last auction was Tuesday, September the 26th. And this is Miami-Dade. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. If you look right here where it says plaintiff max bid, and it doesn't have any information right here, don't waste your time. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Don't waste your time until you get to something that says, and I hope it does. I don't know, because Miami, they can be funny sometimes. They'll cancel stuff, but it's good to go look at, but they'll cancel for orders. People are like redeeming their properties. Like These people in Florida do not be playing at all. Let's go look at the next auction here. Wednesday the 27th. What's today? The 24th? Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the 24th. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna try to find one for you guys. Why is this? Let me go back. I could be ahead of myself. Let me just go back. Here we go. Here we go. So Tammy, what you were asking, it'll tell you right up here at the top, auction type. And then you see over here, it says tax deed.
Mhm.
So it'll let you know if it's a tax deed or mortgage. And
Okay.
this was on September the 21st. And this, you want it to say third party bidder, sold to a third party bidder, meaning it was an investor, a LLC, another LLC that purchased it. This one is a no good because the opening bid was $2,170 and it sold for $2,200. So I would just keep scrolling. And as you guys can tell, this was a vacant lot. It was a vacant lot. So I'm gonna try to get to one that has some money here. Some money, money, money. This is a small one right here. I don't go fishing for little ones like this because it's just not enough to even entertain. But this one right here, if you guys see my mouse, this one sold for about 4,600. But there was a judgment of the opening bid. That's the judgment. That's how much they owed on it. So
So
you
it's pretty
basically,
small.
yeah. Can you see? Do you want me to blow up my screen? Can you see it?
I could see it.
Okay. So all what you do is this number right here that shows under the auction sold, the amount, third party bidder, you're gonna take that amount right there. You're gonna subtract that opening bid to that amount right here.
Right.
And that gives you the surplus. I'm gonna
And
try to
what's your
find
minimum surplus that you go
say
for?
it again.
I said, what is your minimum that you go for
50 or
on your
more.
surplus? 50,000 or more?
50,000 or more. I don't go no less than 50. Now, starting off, I did. Because I was just trying to, I was just practicing on some of the smaller ones because I felt mentally that nobody's calling these small ones. Everybody's trying to go after these big old bass and catfish in the, in the lake. So let me go after these little tadpoles, and I was able to, reach out to some people and help, but after a while, it's kind of like, okay, all this work is really not worth it. But then you want to try to help as many people as you can, but
Right.
some stuff is it's just not worth it. Because by the time the attorney takes his fees out and all this, it's,
And what's the average kind of fee for attorney? Is it just case by case or?
it's usually case by case. It depends on the county. It depends on the state. How much,
And
I'm going to
probably
ask
the
my husband,
difficulty.
how much did the attorney in Tennessee charge us? 2,000? Yeah. The attorney in Tennessee, he charged us 2,000. And we actually threw him an extra 1,000 to speed the process up. We was like, if you can get this closed out and done within the next 30 days, because we really need to get this lady onto her next destination. She was an older lady, still working a job, just up in age. And, she had been living in this house for so long. She was about to get evicted by the new owners and everything. He was like, if you can move quickly and get this closed out and get the funds dispersed, we'll throw you another 1,000. And he got it done in 30 days. So, and that was Tennessee. So that was 2,000. So it all depends on what state you're working in.
Smart move.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Now
I
he
like
gonna
that.
remember us, right?
Absolutely. I
So we
love how
get
you
another
think.
one in Tennessee, he gonna be ready.
Absolutely. I love how you think.
It's probably the difficulty of the case too, has something to do
Yeah,
with it,
I
right?
think it was just her. It was just her. It was a mortgage. It was just her. you know? And that was one thing my mentor was teaching me, when we, got on with him. He was like, try not to go after those cases where it's 10, 15 people,
Yeah,
because those are the
airships.
hardest ones and they're going to take forever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
Yeah,
try to
but-
avoid those. This right here, okay. So here's one right here. It's not a lot, but I want to go ahead and show you guys. This one right here, it sold
The
for
26,000.
26,100. It was a third party bidder. So this is a good one. It's not a lot, but it's a good one. And the opening bid was $2,063.33, which you would subtract that $2,063.33 from the 26,100, and that gives you the surplus. Okay. With Miami-Dade, it is different. It will take you to a site, another site, if you click on like the information. But you want to go to, it's another site, and I'll give that site to you guys. It's another site where you actually go and check to see the court documents, to see to kind of dig deeper into the case, because you will have to do research and things like that to find out like if like a attorney's already filed into the case or whatever it is. You're going to have to go and dig for that information. The folio number is a good number to write down, because you can call the county and give them that number to see if that surplus is still there. Miami-Dade is funny acting. It all depends on who answers the phone. It all depends on how you ask your questions. Sometimes they won't give you the information over the phone. They'll tell you you need to send a money order for $1 to get the information. Sometimes they will tell you. You'll get someone that's having a good day on the phone, and she'll go ahead and release the information, let you know if the surplus is there. So this doesn't give a whole lot of information, but it tells you who the owner is. And why are you in here? My son is in here talking. It will give you information on the property and stuff. It doesn't help as much. But when you go to the circuit court and put in that folio number, then that's when you get all the information you need. I was using this link right here. I was going into this right here for a long time, and I was like, why am I not getting the information I need? Like this, it was so confusing. And then my mentor was like, you're not going to the circuit court. You're not going to get the actual information, that you need. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, I've been sitting here wasting time, doing this. So that's why I'm showing you guys this. Do not waste your time, with little things that serve no purpose. Like, get straight to what you're looking for. And this right here wasted my time. But I just wanted to show you guys that. Can I get out of this without Xing all the way out? Let me see. It won't let me go back. Okay,
Yeah.
that took me all the way out of it. But yeah, if y'all go play around with that link, and just see what's in there. You can go as far back. I think with that auction, you can go as far back as last year and see if there's see if it closed it out, and see if there's any surpluses still there. Dallas too. So the two links that you have is Miami-Dade and Dallas. You can do the same thing with Dallas. You can go back and look at the auction, and then you can see the current auction. I think for Dallas is first Tuesday of every month, and that's coming up, right? Yeah, we got one coming. Yeah, so
Not this
literally,
week,
if you have time, just sit there. You'll be amazed, because I've done it maybe 3 times. I said on the Dallas County auction, and I literally got like 2 people. Mr. John was one of them. I sat there and watched the auction, and I got him right then and there. Went on and left him a message.
tax averages.
That's the tax. Now the
So-
mortgage, go ahead.
Are they different? You have to go different places to get the mortgage averages than the tax averages?
I believe so. A lot of people use auction.com. I'm hearing that a lot, that a lot of people use an auction.com. And like I said, I use XLP, whatever. XLPS, whatever, Pro. Babe, we're gonna be here all night trying to get me to pronounce that correctly. Yeah, I use that system, and that has helped a lot. That has helped a lot. And that's mortgage. They only have mortgage. They don't have tax.
Is that a system strictly for overages? That
That is a surplus.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah. Well, that's the one that Nick had been talking about. He was talking about how, you know, people were saying that they were scamming people out of their deals.
Oh,
That's it's a system that has that they host a lot of the leads. And that I've heard auction.com has those same leads as well. So there's other like platforms that have the same leads. But I don't know how auction.com, I don't know how they operate. I've never used auction.com.
I probably haven't like listened to enough to hear of the videos and stuff to hear if anybody's using those kind of programs or whatever.
Yeah. And that's why, you know, what we're trying to do is provide you guys with lead sheets. That just cuts out all that extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been there, done that, where I've had to skip trace. That takes a lot of time. I'm not gonna lie. That right there will take a full day of just trying to skip trace and find these people. If I can have a system in place that will already give me that information, and even if that information doesn't work and I still have to go and skip trace to find a relative or whatever, but still it gives me something to work with where I'm not sitting here all day on truepeople.com trying to skip trace people. That takes a lot of time. And
So how are you doing your skip tracing right now?
Well, I'm using my subscription with with the system.
Did Nick
okay.
ever say what he used for skip tracing?
I think he used
Mr.
been verified. A lot of people use different things. So many different sites out there that you can skip trace, and some of them are free, some of them are not. I don't see a big difference in them at all. I'm not gonna even sit here and lie to you guys. True people, like I have found people off of there. I will go and just literally just to see how good it is. I went in there and searched for myself. And I was like, oh Lord, they got my ex-husband and his parents and
all your relatives
my sister and her husband. Like, oh my goodness. So if it pulled up information like that on me, it's pulling up the same information these people you searching for. You will get ex-husbands and sister-in-laws and mama, daddy, stepmom. You will get all kind of people.
Does it provide emails as well, or just phone number and address?
Some of it does provide emails. And I just kind of put on my thinking cap. If I see a Gmail account, I get excited. Gmail or Yahoo, because not so often people change their Gmails. People will keep their Gmails for a long time. I'm gonna be all the way honest. Gmail, AOL, and Yahoo, they still have that email.
Absolutely.
But if you see like what is it, MSN or
Outlook,
Hotmail or
Outlook,
AT&T, SBC, I'm like, they may not. That may not be their email anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Karen, can you tell me, this is not to change the subject, but what is the split when partnering with your company?
It's 60-40.
Okay. And also, I have access to the X system too as well. I just call it the X system because it's just easier to say just X. And so, because I can't do it either. And so, so basically you're just using it as primarily your lead generation system then. And then you just go and do your own research on your own and put your docs together.
Correct. I get my attorney in that state, and we get all the documents. I usually allow the attorney to let us know what documents we're going to need, because every state is different. You know, you just never know. You may not need certain things. I know for like Tennessee, the one that we closed down in Tennessee, we had to get a wet ink signature. That electronic, that DocuSign was not gonna work at all. The court was not gonna look at that at all. They didn't care. So that's why we had to send out a mobile notary to go ahead and get a wet ink signature on her documents. But yeah, that's pretty much what we do. We get our own attorney,
Okay.
and use our own documents.
So how much contact must I, so when I contact the client, then what else do I need to do at that point in time to pass
Make,
it along to you?
make sure you get an email address. Make sure that you have a copy of their driver's license. It just helps to go ahead and have that. And then once you get that email address from them, then you just go ahead and contact us, say, hey, Karen, I got such and such in Oklahoma. Here's her email address. Can you go ahead and send all the documents, required documents, which is the agreement. The agreement will have our business name and your business name on there, okay? Because this is a JV. So we will have both business names on it. We will always address it as we are a sister company to your company.
Right.
Okay. Because I was going to
Mhm.
ask that, because I think that's where everybody's having a problem with the authenticity of, I guess, believing the X company, because it's like there's no, I guess they can't figure out whether they're really doing what they're supposed to be doing for the other person. Are they really,
Right.
because they're in the business themselves. So it's like, are they
Mhm.
just doing it as using us as a bird dog, and then they get the leads and then they go ahead and they collect?
That's what it seemed like that happened. Because I've heard some horror stories. Like this has
Yeah.
been like the talk. Like
Yeah, but I'm gonna call
Yeah.
them tomorrow and talk to them myself personally, because they're out here where I'm at in California. So I'm gonna call them myself and talk to
Okay.
them and say, like, look, this is what I'm hearing. I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna tell them, and I'm gonna ask them.
That's messed up.
I wouldn't waste my time.
That is so messed up to
Yeah,
even
I would
think
call the
that
claimant
way.
and
It
see.
is. It is.
And it's unfortunate because you really put your trust in, you putting your money and your trust into these people to assist you, and they just taking your stuff and running with it. And they
Yeah,
think it's
because
okay.
it's expensive, because
It
they're not
is.
cheap.
It is. Like with Nick, like I told Karen, his JV is $6,000. Just to JV with him on deals. Pretty much you be the
Who?
researcher for him. And you
Who?
get a percentage. Nick Former.
What do you mean? Six? Wait. What do
Six
you?
to be to get in a contract with him to JV is six
He wants you
grand.
to. He wants you to pay that.
Absolutely, to JV with him on, because he's got his own attorneys, he's got everything already set up. You pretty much just using his resources for your business, and y'all
And what
JV and you get a percentage.
was that when you signed up at a different time, or is that just
No, this was just
for
like last month, like a month and a half ago or so. When I looked on his
what?
website, he had put it, and then he did a YouTube about it.
Oh,
And you
really?
click the link in
Because he
the bio, and it tells you, it sends you to his page, and it says to JV with me and to get a percentage of the proceeds, and use my resources, my skip tracing, my attorney, my expertise. It's $6,000 to even be into that particular program.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't even know that, because when I had signed up under the impression that it was just he was just saying, oh, you want to do deals, and it was like 50-50, and it didn't say anything in regards to that when I signed up. So, and I didn't even look any
They
further into that, but it didn't even say
Yeah.
that. But for it not to say that, that's kind of like,
they change a lot of that stuff. Like they'll have deals, and
mm-hmm,
sometimes you'll get on the deal, you'll purchase the
mm-hmm.
deal, and then you'll go back to the website in a couple of days, and the price has went up or it's went back to original price. That's why I was like $6,000 to JV with your company. Why?
Yeah, I don't think it's I don't yeah, see that
It turned me off with that because I was like $6,000. The
that's
course
a
that you're
lot.
doing is only
That's
two
a lot.
grand.
Right.
The one that you do on
That's
your own. So why are you charging $6,000? To JV with you as a company because you got your own attorneys in every state or most states because you've been in it
right.
longer. So that's what they're making the
Well,
bulk of it.
yeah, see, I have attorneys too that I know I can reach out to, but I don't feel like it, because of the thing is I don't have time to gather in all this paperwork for me
Correct.
personally right now, because I have other stuff I'm trying to do. So that's why I was like, Karen would be great to
Absolutely.
work with. And even if it's like, I was hoping she would say 50-50, but it's okay. I'll take 60-40, because I feel like it's better to have something than nothing. And the thing
Correct.
about it is, since she's putting it all together and doing the legwork, then that's great. So my thing is, I'm not gonna worry about Nick. I'll email him tomorrow about that. But Karen is right here, and
Mhm.
this is your option. This is good right here. I'm just telling
Yeah.
you. I
Absolutely.
don't know Karen. I'm not no affiliate, no spokesperson for Karen.
Right.
But I'm just saying.
He's a
Sometimes,
blessing.
okay, it's in disguise. So you have to start where you can. So work with Karen now. And then if you
Absolutely.
feel like you want to work with Nick after you get $6,000, you want to give him $6,000 of your surplus money after that, then that's fine. But I bet you won't. I bet you'll keep working with Karen.
Right.
Because you have
I'm
to look at
serious.
it, that 60-40, the 60-40 split, you just have to look at that other 10% going towards the attorney. Because we
Right. I'm
don't
not
know what the fees is
right.
gonna be, you know, especially working in different states and stuff, you don't know what that fee is gonna be. So we don't want to surprise you with any, you know,
Right. I'm not gonna pull my
unknown
hair out
cost,
over that.
you
I'm
know.
fine with it. I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna pull my hair out over stuff like that. I'm fine with it. But I'm just saying, I just was just telling her I think that she should start right here. And this will
Mhm.
be good to get something in. And then while you're learning the system and you want to work it on your own,
Yeah.
then you can work it on your own eventually if you so choose, or you might not ever want to work it on your own. You might be like, this is easy, just giving it to Michelle.
Mhm.
Right. Right. That's why I'm
Good,
so
you
glad
done
I'm not.
call me Michelle.
Did I say it wrong? Did I say it wrong?
Karen Michelle.
No, it's okay. No,
Karen
my
Michelle.
daughter, my other daughter, she calls me Michelle, so it's
Oh,
okay. No, I'm used to either or name, but you are correct. You know, like I said, my husband and I, we do this business all day. This is all we do. We get up in the morning, we get the kids off to school, and then as soon as we go walk and exercise, and then we come back, and my husband goes back there to the back office, and he starts making phone calls, and I'll start making phone calls. And we'll do it for like a couple of hours out of the day. So just to know that you guys have a team here that's working it every day, y'all can call us and say, hey, I got someone. We need to get the documents over, and we move fast. We don't believe in like wasting time. My mentors, they stay on us. Like, hey, I don't know what y'all sitting around waiting on. I need to get this to the attorney today so we can get this closed out in the next 30 days. So that's how quick we move, because there's no need to sit around and sit on a claim when we can just move forward with it. So that's the best part of working with us, because we're here every day, all day.
Mhm.
So, and
I
my
agree.
phone stays right there. I'm plugged into my phone pretty much all day, because if I'm not doing surplus, I'm doing something else with my phone. I love social media and creating content. So I'm
Mhm.
always near my phone.
Absolutely. It's nothing but a blessing to me for me to have ran across her YouTube. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, because you get these people out here that have just been doing this for 10, 15 years. Like I said, your integrity and you being able to sleep at night, it's like it goes to the left because they're thinking about money 24/7. They
Mhm.
think, oh, I'm gonna get JV'd, I'm gonna get 30, I'm gonna get 70%, they're gonna get 20, whatever it is. And their money is coming in all the time, all day, every day. And it's like you're just one person just coming into this type of business. And it's like you feel like you're getting ripped off. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people putting these programs on a credit card, they don't have this kind of money.
Mhm.
They just don't. Then you can invest later once you start getting your feet wet. That's a different
Right.
story. But to begin with, you need somebody to be gentle with you. And people say, oh, you should be, you don't want to have nobody holding your hand. First of all, this is something that's totally new. If it's new to the clients, what you think is new to me too?
Mhm.
It's new to me too. I had to do research on this. I've been doing research for months. I had no clue that this existed. No clue. So I
Yeah.
feel as though I'm in a position from God, this is a sign from God saying, hey, this is where you need to be at. This is a home-based business. You don't have to go anywhere. You can just do everything online. And it's like, and you're also helping people. That's where my mind is at. I want to
Right.
help people because I know it can be stressful to be in a situation like that. I'm just empathetic with people, period. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And a lot of people are just their character is in the right place when they first start, but once that money start rolling in, it's all about that dough. And that's why I
Yeah.
say I would never ever put a dollar above my integrity and my character. I would not do it. I let the
Yeah.
business go first. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because we're here to help people, and people are selling these courses for $5,000, $6,000, $10,000. It's crazy.
It's public
50,
information.
50
It's
grand.
so it's public information, and that's why I was like, you know what, I wouldn't dare charge you guys that much, because it's room for everybody. Like, y'all, people are falling out their houses every day. There are people that have already fallen out their house and probably haven't even received a phone call yet.
It's sad.
There's just so much out there for everyone to just, to help.
I'd rather sleep well at night and know that I did the families well and told them the truth up front, because that's how I would want them to do me if I was in a situation. I wouldn't want to charge a family $5,000 to give them, here, do it on your own. Can't contact them, can't ask no questions. I need to find out where I can get the documents. Oh, do I need an attorney for each state? I had a question. Well, that's gonna be a call. That's gonna be $200. That's gonna be this. It's like everything is a fee. I know there's a fee for certain things, but come on now, you buy a course from somebody and you have questions, you should be able to contact that person for questions. Because sometimes you don't learn at the same pace I learned at. You might have questions in addition to what they already have in the course. So it's like, gosh, y'all are banking on this money. Y'all are not even thinking about the families at this point. Y'all thinking about y'all bankroll at this point. And you can tell because the way they talk to you, it's like the way they talk to you, the way they communicate in the email, it's like, wow, your character is just gone. You just don't care. But if your family was in this situation or you was in this situation, you would really think about how you speaking to me in this email. I'm being serious. You could tell someone's character, how they just ready to let their character go for a check. They don't care. They don't care if you get 10%. As long as they get the bulk of it and they getting it from 100, 200, 300 people that's JVing with them, they getting money all the time. They in this business, they know what they're doing. And it's like they put everything in a digital product and they want to buy it. They want you to buy it, but they don't want to be around to answer no questions.
Right.
It's like, you can't win like that, honey. How you sleep at night knowing you're doing people like this? That's why I be like, it's too many courses out here for people to try to filter through who's true and who's not. It really is. And it's frustrating. Because trust me, I'm in the verge where I'm like, okay, I'm done. I can't do it. My mental is starting to take effect. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I done lost my mom last year. I can't have this stress going on when I have a question about something simple and I gotta ask a million times and don't get no response.
Right.
It's like, what do I do? I'm trying to help people here. You know what I'm saying? It's like I get emotional because it's not fair. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to the money I don't put into this. It's not fair to the people that you're trying to help.
Yeah.
It's not. And you could tell by the people, they do all these videos and they make it seem so perfect. They're looking at their character is no longer there. They're looking at their bank and their payments and who they got to pay and their VAs and all that stuff like that. They're looking at getting you to buy that product. And once you buy that product, it's a done dollar. They could care less if you make it or not.
Yeah. And the funny thing is we never purchased a course. Never.
The only one I purchased was which one?
We
Eric.
never.
Eric. That was the only one I purchased.
Well, we did Eric Richardson's course. We did his crash course. We did his $50 crash course. But we was already knowledgeable about about the business and everything. We just went on and, to see if there was something else we needed to, add to the business or something we just may have missed out on or whatever. But yeah, we met our business partner, and that's another story. How I'll tell that story later. How we met our business partner in California. It was so I'll tell a little bit. It was so interesting. No, well, yeah, we did meet one of our business partners on Eric's class. He was actually taking Eric's class. And he's in San Antonio. We met him in the class and we are business partners with him. But then our other business partner in California, I was actually looking at a case in Dallas, and I was scrolling through the case and I'm like, who is this company? They sure have closed out a lot of deals in Dallas. Who is this company? And literally after I got finished scrolling, I was showing my husband, I left and went to Walmart, went plant shopping. By the time I came back, my husband and I already called the guy. He had already touched bases with the guy. And he was like, say, I see you closing these deals here in Dallas County. Let me introduce myself. And they were brothers. By the time they got off the phone, he was our business partner and the relationship was there. And he's been with us ever since. It's going on almost a year now. We've been working with Ron. So yeah. And he pushes us. I mean, he will yell at us and he will keep us going. And If I'm not doing something right, boy, he'll get in my butt, but then he'll come back the next day apologizing. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm like, I know you're not. I know you're just trying to push me to be better at this business,
Right,
So I get
right.
it, and
And
that's how I want to do you guys. I want to push you guys towards greatness, and let you guys know we are here to help. If you have questions, if you have concerns, but the first thing you guys have to do is dive in. Just call one person, just get in there, get comfortable, get comfortable with them hanging up in your face, get comfortable with their rebuttals, get comfortable with them not calling you back or responding. Try to text them, I text them, multiple times, but not not where you're harassing them, but text them just like you would text a family member,
right.
just text them and then reach back out to them. Leave a voicemail. Oh, they love the voicemails. I think I got somebody off of a voicemail. Yeah.
12-hour shifts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Call back. Say send me the paper.
Yeah.
Another route next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these families are still working and trying to make things happen, and so I think the scary part on my end is the changes with the laws. If you don't keep up with it, it could kind of be negative on your end because a lot of things do change and they claim they update their systems and things like that. If you buy the courses, they update because things can change like regularly all the time. So it's like, okay, I got to keep up with this, and then I got to keep up with a log sheet, and, who to call, and, put in a spreadsheet of who I called, what time I called, who I spoke with, follow up with them in a couple of days, or email them or text them. So it's like a lot. It's like trying to get everything to settle down into one particular way where you can say, okay, this is my daily thing. I'm gonna do this on Monday. I'm gonna do this on Tuesday. I'm gonna do this on Wednesday, and make a schedule pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And keep that schedule, you know what I'm saying? So you can get in kind of like a routine of what you're
Mm-hmm.
going to be doing on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this day I'm going to do follow-ups. Okay, this day I'm going to do skip tracing and I'm going to call up people for new clients. Okay, this day I'm going to do more follow-ups for the other ones. It's a lot. It's a lot to kind
Yeah.
of ponder on and kind of get yourself together with, Of course, you got to have your documents all sitting here, you know what I'm saying? Your pen and paper ready, and all that stuff. So it's kind of stressful in a way, but like you said, you got to get into it and you got to get your feet wet a little bit and see where it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Know that you're telling these people the truth and not giving them a runaround.
Yeah.
I think that's the main part that's very important
So
to get that relationship.
what I want you guys to focus on, I know a lot of you guys have probably done courses from different people and you may have all this material everywhere. Start piecing it all together and just start calling, reaching out. That is going to be your number one assignment right now is start calling. If you need lead sheets, reach out to me. We can help you with the lead sheets. Okay. Like I said, I can put a lead sheet together for you. All it's going to take is us coming as a team and calling these leads and just getting one yes. And then from there, we're off to the races. If you can close one deal in the 60-40 split, y'all, I'm telling you, it's going to motivate you to keep going. It really is. When that first deal hit our bank account, I said, oh God. I said, for real? Is this what we playing around with? I was like,
Right.
okay, yeah, I can do this. You telling me I didn't have to leave my house. I can make a phone call while I'm laying on the couch watching plant videos on YouTube. Calling
Exactly.
people, get up and go fill my coffee cup up as many times as I want. I ain't got to answer to nobody. And you're right about the schedule thing. You do have to set a schedule where you're like, okay, Monday, I'm going to do this. Tuesday, I'm going to only put, 2 hours, 3 hours into the business. I may do a few follow-ups in the evening or whatever. You do have to do that. But I do understand a lot of people on here probably still work a 9 to 5. For those that are just full blown doing this at home, take advantage of it. You do have to structure a, schedule. I have our Google calendar. It goes off like every hour on the hour, like literally it'll say, okay, from this time, we should be doing this. Okay, let's take a lunch break, and it'll ring and alert us saying, okay, it's lunch break time. And then we'll, do that. And then we'll go back to work and, whatnot. but also take time for yourself to meditate and rest your mind, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself with this to where you're like, you look up, you done took 2-3 days off, you ain't called nobody.
Exactly.
You don't want to do that, but I do take my little breaks, especially during the summertime. I will go and just go swim in the pool in the morning, watching everybody go to their jobs and whatever. I'm in the pool floating, like, okay, and then I feel good. I feel reset. Now I can get up here and start making some phone calls, and get some stuff done. So make sure you find time for yourself too, because you just don't want to overwhelm yourself. Now I see some other people just joined the call. Vanessa, you're on here. Well, maybe it's not Vanessa. Maybe it's somebody else. I don't know.
Yes, I registered as Diana Reina. Yes. Hi.
Yes. How are you?
Good, good. So what time was the meeting? Was it at 8 p.m. or
It
9
was
p.m.?
at 8 Central Standard Time.
Okay. On the email I received, it says 9 p.m. Central Time.
No, it did it? Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Vanessa,
I was
I
waiting
probably didn't
for.
have I probably didn't have my glasses on, so forgive me.
But
Forgive me.
would you be able to share the recording?
Of
Yes,
course.
please.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll send it to your email.
Okay, I do have some questions. I started on this business, and I was listening to the class. But so about the judgments, when you see on realaction.com, right? Do you count through the judgments, or do you go with the initial bid?
You subtract the judgment from the winning bid, and
Okay.
that's how you get the surplus amount.
Okay. The thing is, I was checking on some other transactions, and I was discarding some of those leads because of the judgment was too high, right? It was less than the winning bid. But then I checked on the Clear County, and they claimed those funds. So that's why I had that question.
Okay. What do you think, honey? How would you answer that question?
Not sure the response. Like she said, if I'm hearing it correctly, you just call the county. If you're not sure, just call the trustee and say, hey, this is my uncle, this is my brother, this is my auntie. I'm just calling and see if the funds are okay. You just call. There's no other way to get around it. Not sure, and you're doing the math, you're not sure your math is correct, just call the county and see if the funds are available. They may not tell you how much, but you can see if funds are available, and they'll answer the question.
Did you hear that, Vanessa?
No, not.
You didn't hear anything he
Clearly.
said? Okay.
Not clearly.
He was saying you're right. You can call the county and just verify to see if the surplus is there. You can you don't have to announce yourself as a third party or anything like that. You can say, this is my uncle, this is my auntie, or whatever. This is a family member, and I just want to check on the surplus on this property to see if there is actually a surplus there to be claimed. They may not necessarily tell you the amounts, but just to know that there is a surplus there.
Okay. Thank you. So about the documents, do you guys share what are the documents required for Texas and for taxes and for mortgage?
For the mortgage in Texas, I believe there is the limited power of attorney for the attorney to be able to move forward with claiming the funds for the claimant. It all depends on what kind of case it is. It could be if it's a property that's been inherited and there's heirs. Most of the time there has to be an affidavit of heirship, and it's usually like a questionnaire where they have to pretty much know their family tree. Because basically what that affidavit is getting to the bottom of how are you related to this person that left this property.
Yes.
So yeah, and we do provide all those documents so you guys don't have to go searching for them and stuff like that, because it can get really confusing on what actual form you need to use. I believe the questionnaire, usually the attorney provides the questionnaire. They'll send the questionnaire over to us, and then we'll get it out to the claimant, or we'll get them claiming on the phone and try to fill it out for them. And then most of the time they have to have a witness, and then it has to be notarized.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, but let's say that we want to secure a deal, right? So I'm making this call and I need to send a mobile notary. What are the documents that you send so we can secure that deal? Is the power of attorney? Do you have an agreement, a representation agreement?
We do have an agreement. We have our own agreement. We do have our limited power of attorney. And again, it depends on what the case is for what we need, what if it's an heir, like a inherited home, and now you're getting the heirs to sign up, or tax or mortgage. It all depends on whatever it is. That's how we know what documents need to go out.
Okay, so do you handle all your transactions using an attorney? So
Yes,
tax
we do.
or mortgage?
Yes, we use an attorney for every transaction we do. That's the safest way.
Okay. Yes, I bet. But
Yeah,
then
it is.
I don't know if you guys discuss how do you have this conversation with the attorney, because I made a lot of calls, right? And some of them they say, no, I don't deal with these things. Like I represent the clients. So how do you guys handle this conversation with the attorney so you can create a relationship?
It's just a conversation you have to
Speak
have.
up so she can hear you.
That's just a conversation that you have to have with different attorneys. Some of them choose to work with third parties, some of them don't. So it's just like a dating relationship. You have a conversation, you speak about what you do, they speak to you about what they do. And if it's a situation where you have a love connection and you all can work together, you can work together. But there will be situations where some attorneys choose not to work with third party companies. They won't do it. They won't provide you any options on who you can call. They won't refer you, and you just have to move on down the line and call somebody else. So in your journey in this business, as you try to grow and incorporate resources with your company, there's just different conversations that you're going to have with different attorneys, just calling them and telling them what you do, and if it's something that they can work with. Some companies do, some companies don't. Some attorneys do, some attorneys don't.
But what is the approach that we represent third parties to claim the surplus funds?
Yes, you would just tell them, yes, I'm in the surplus business. I contact clients and assist them on helping. Some attorneys will give you their information on, hey, okay, no problem, we do that. Here's our information. We do a flat fee, or you can do hourly. And those are all negotiations and conversations you have with different attorneys. Some attorneys may, say they'll provide you their information or their breakdown sheet on how they go about doing business. Hey, I can do it this way, or I can do it this way. You can negotiate and say, hey, can I pay you out of the surplus amount on the back end? And you never will know that answer if you don't have that conversation and that, that Q&A like we're having right now with an attorney. You won't know. Every phone call is a different conversation. So the last attorney that we had, he was out in Tennessee, and I was thinking that it was going to be more. He only charged $2,000. I was looking for it to be more. Once he said what he said, I was like, okay, if you can move quickly, I'll throw you an extra $1,000 just for you moving quickly. So it's just a conversation that you have with attorneys. No two different attorneys or all 10 of them are not going to be the same. It's a different relationship for everyone you contact.
Yes, definitely. And what would it be like a fair amount?
Their fee amount is different. I would say somewhere, I would just put an estimate down for about $1,500 to $2,000.
Okay.
That's just an estimate, I would say.
As a flat fee, right?
Yes, as a flat fee.
And do they provide documents like for the heirship, what is it, the probate?
Affidavit of heirship.
Uh-huh.
Some attorneys will want you to assist and do that part, and they'll draw it up on the back end, but that's a conversation that you have with an attorney. One attorney I'm working with in Texas said, hey, you go ahead and do this part right here, because if I have to do it, I'm going to charge. I said, no problem. I'll start putting it together. Another attorney that we have here in Texas, we just pay him $700, $800, $900, and he does the affidavits where we don't have to do it. So sometimes you may have to pay for services. Sometimes you may choose to do the services yourself, and you know, and keep your
Mhm.
money. So it's a different strokes for different folks, different situations for different attorneys.
Got it.
Now,
I have one.
you see how I allowed him to answer this question when she asked about the attorney? I let him and my
Mhm.
business partners handle that. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm like front of the house, like I do the phone calls, I get the claim, and then my headache is over. I pass once I get my guess.
That's nice.
I'm on to the next thing. I don't, unless they come back to me and say, hey, we need you to call the claimant and, you know, get a question answered or something like that. But other than that, I move on. And that's how I'm trying to get y'all to be structured where you
You don't have to
Yeah.
worry about
ain't
the
got to
entire.
worry about
you don't
all
have to
that.
worry about the
Yes,
entire.
Karen, that's
I
where I
got a
need to
whole
be.
back office right here.
You allow
That's
us
where I'm
to
trying to be, Karen.
office and we work as a team together because you know, you
Great.
could be calling somebody else, getting another yes from somewhere else. Everybody don't have all of this paperwork already in their Google documents. Everybody not sure on how to do a tax foreclosure. Everyone hasn't done a mortgage foreclosure.
Yeah.
So how would they know all of the documents and everything to do if they've never done it before? It's easier to work as a team, as a whole bunch of ants trying to build the ant mound together. It's hard to build a whole damn ant mound and be the damn queen and do everything yourself. You know, you want to kind of work like bees a little bit and the rest of the animal kingdom and kind of catch on, you know, so and just try to work together. So if I'm making phone calls and I get a yes, whoo, good. I don't have to worry about this stuff. Here's the address, here's the information, here's the surplus amount. Y'all take care of the rest of it, and we'll do the rest of it. Everyone else could be making calls because there's so many people to contact. It's really a shame on how much situations we have going on in all 50 states on people getting evicted after this so-called pandemic, which was a plandemic that they done and put everybody behind on their bills, everybody behind on the taxes. You know, if you tell us to go home for a month and you ain't got to work for 2 weeks, everybody finna be behind on the mortgage and everything else, the car note, the truck note, and everything else. So we just wanted to build a team in this situation where everybody doesn't have to do everything. Now, yes, you'd like to have all the documents, but what if you've never done this before? Would it be a whole lot easier to have a team, and then maybe you could have a little time to teach the kids, especially if we got some teenagers coming up in the house. So we just want to work as a team together, get that first deal, actually see a few $1,000s in your bank account and figure and see that you actually done that off a phone call. You call, now it's gonna be hard because you're calling people and you saying they got some money. Now, you know, a lot of people finna hang up in your face. A lot of people gonna call you a scam. They've never heard of it, just like we haven't heard of it. They didn't teach this in middle school. They didn't teach it in high school. They said when you lost your house for taxes, you lost it. You didn't pay your taxes, you lost it. You didn't pay your mortgage, so they took the house from you because you didn't pay the mortgage. Now you calling and telling them they got some change left, like they left their change at the store. No way. So that's the situation you're going to have to get over also.
Karen,
So
I got a
just get
question.
ready.
I got a question for your husband.
Okay.
He's hitting the note ahead when you're talking about that. The attorneys, I know it's at their discretion or whatnot, but they do have to have some sort of idea of foreclosures, dealing with real estate, that type of thing. You just can't go to any attorney
Exactly.
and do anything like a family attorney wouldn't know anything about this. So you have to have an attorney that knows about what's going on, kind of have an idea of what's going on. So when you talk to these attorneys, are they charging the flat fee of the 1,500 or the 2,000 for that one case, or are they charging it per case per time that you send it to them?
Well, yes, each case, you know, is each case is each deal. So if I have two deals with an attorney, yes, he's gonna get paid off for both of them. So
Right,
yes,
okay.
he said we do flat fees and I charge $2,000. Let's just say the Tennessee attorney, we just closed a deal out in Tennessee for grandma. Yes, if we got another deal in Tennessee, it would be another $2,000. And if he move it and do that deal within 30 days, like he did last month, I'm gonna give him another $1,000 for moving
Absolutely.
like Speedy Gonzalez. I'm
Absolutely.
gonna give him another $1,000 for being that quick and that damn fast. Out my money, not the claimant's money. I'm gonna give him out of
Right.
our share because I appreciate him doing this and going so fast for the claimant and for our business, our company as well. And I want him to understand us when we contact him and call him back. Oh, them the people that give me a little extra, you know?
Right. Right. That makes sense. That's playing smart. I like that.
Yeah, I want him. I want to be a business partner with him also. So he or she will understand as the way that you treat them. The same that we will. Like you said, we're getting treated nice. We're gonna remember the people that treat us nice. If we're being respectful, we're gonna remember the people that's being nice and respectful. So I want to show the same when someone, accepts us in this business world, because he could have easily said, no, I don't do third parties. Or he could have easily just said no, because maybe he didn't like the skin of our color, or he didn't like the conversation or the tone, whatever the reason. So I just appreciate him, and I thank him for moving quickly and his integrity, because
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if y'all know, the first attorney that we had when we got started just ran off and turned on us like a snake. And I'm thankful that he paid our claimants, but he didn't pay us. But it was a learning process. And they hit your head on the question. You do want to make sure with these attorneys, you do want to vet these attorneys. And then you may have a situation where you thought the attorney was great and they're not so great, like ours. We thought he was cool. He was a friend of the family. He was answering questions. And then once he got everybody signed up, he was like, I don't know if we can do this. I don't know if this is with the laws and regulations and so and whatever. And we was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That is so messed up. Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
it's
But
someone
but
knowledgeable.
but that's the learning process though. We
Yeah.
could have quit. We could have quit. We could have gave up and threw in the towel and like, man,
I did.
yeah, my wife
I
did.
know
She
you
like,
did,
"F this."
Karen.
Yeah,
I
she
know
was
you
like,
did.
Jason, it's you. I didn't want to do this. I'm doing what I do. You brought this to me on YouTube. You
Yeah.
know, you making me call these people. Now look, 3 of these deals
Yeah,
didn't even pay out. It's your fault. You
absolutely.
full of shit, Jason.
Yep.
You did
I can
this.
understand that, Karen, because that's disappointing. That's you just starting out, and for someone to do that, that's a backstabbing snake. I cannot believe what you have
We
them out
had,
there. Though.
but it was more people. See, I wasn't in this business on padding my pockets. I'm
Right.
in this business on calling these people and saying, hey, somebody got your money. Now,
Absolutely.
if I got to get my pockets beat a few times for you to still get paid, I'm cool with that. God's still good because you got paid. Shannon still got paid. As long you gonna rip me off, but you still gonna pay Shannon, I take that. I take that all day long. Just don't rip her off too. I'm
The
cool with
attorney
that.
gonna get the attorney gonna get what they need. They gonna get
Man,
it.
God, man, we gonna all see God sooner or later. You're
Absolutely.
gonna have a whole role play of your life and what you did. So their time is coming. They was like, you should call the bar company and call the bar and do this and call this. I ain't got to call nobody. I can be calling people to help people. I ain't got to
Absolutely.
call to tell on nobody. Let me call
Keep it
some more people
moving.
and tell them they got some money. If I
Keep it
keep calling
moving.
people, telling them they got some money left, somebody gonna eventually say yes after I get cussed out and don't call me no more. And they gonna block me. Somebody gonna say, what did you say, boy? Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, your mortgage company is holding your money and your mortgage company not gonna call you. The Dallas County or whatever county that you're in, Ohio, I'm not sure where y'all in, Chicago, Ohio, Kentucky, wherever it may be, your county holding your money and they not gonna call you. What I need to do, I send the paperwork over, I send a mobile notary out. We already have attorneys, we'll take care of it for you. Have they called you and told you this? No, ain't nobody called me and told me shit. Okay,
Exactly.
here we go. This
Exactly.
the hardest part of this, telling somebody they got
Yes.
117,000, like this grandmama in Tennessee. I left a voicemail. She gonna do a video next week, $30,000 off a voicemail. Called her, she called back. At work. Hey, man, I speak to Jason? Older woman in her 60s.
In shock. I bet.
In fucking shock, about to
Yeah.
get kicked out the house because people been trying to buy the house. You know they getting them phone calls while they're going through foreclosure. Let me buy your house for $1,000 or $2,000. Man, that's damn $2,000 ain't gonna help somebody. They've been in this damn house 10,
Right.
15 years, and they
Right.
need to move. What one damn month of getting an apartment somewhere, and they ain't no apartment. She said ain't no apartments to get in Tennessee, Jason. She
It's
used that
devastating.
60-70,000. She used that 60-something thousand to go get a trailer.
I don't blame her. So they got some nice ones out there for that amount.
Yeah, exactly.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, but she
Mhm.
called back because, of course, when your house get foreclosed on, the new owner is coming and they finna do an eviction process on your
Yeah.
ass. Now,
And you
they
got to pick
want
up
you
your
out.
whole life. You got to pick up
They
your whole
want
life.
you out of your house. They want you out of your goddamn house within the next
Yeah.
month,
Yep. Immediately. Yep.
immediately.
Yep.
Now you finna have another heart attack.
That's sad. I feel so sad
And
for these people.
people need our help, man. Just call these people and tell them.
Yeah,
Think
I
of
feel so
the
sorry for them.
situation. You holding bags and bags and bags of money. It's only a matter of time before somebody says, what did you say? How much did you say?
Exactly.
where it's at, who got it, where them MF is at. You can
And how
help
can I
me?
get my sign? How can I sign to get it?
You
Exactly.
can help me? Where do I sign up? Who got my
You
money?
go.
How long is it gonna take? How long is it gonna take? And
I
they gonna
agree.
want you to answer the phone because they think it's a scam. They just gonna want you to answer the phone next week after you sign them up and send the person out there. They want to know that it's real. So keep answering your phone, keep in contact with them. Don't go ghost.
Follow up with them. Yep.
Just tell them it's okay. It's a legal process.
Shoot 'em a text.
Shoot them a text
Mhm.
message. Ask how the kids doing. Ask how the family doing because you just became an angel that came out of nowhere with a bag of money.
Yes.
This
Praise
doesn't happen.
God. That's how I look
This
at it.
doesn't happen. No, nobody, none of us have ever got a phone call saying that, hey, from that house that you got foreclosed on, regarding tax or mortgage, and somebody owe you $100,000. Man, ain't nobody got that damn phone call.
Nobody, never known it, never heard of them in my life.
Yeah.
So that's the situation. So y'all go ahead because I get to running off at the mouth. But
Y'all.
just keep going.
He's
Keep
good,
going.
Karen. He's good.
I could be up here making phone calls, and as soon as he get the claimant on the phone, he's talking to them like it's his uncle, like it's his auntie, like it's his grandma. He's back there like laughing and talking with these people. I'm like, what? How can you do
Mhm.
this? But then he claims I do the same thing too, because I get a claimant on the phone. I'm oh my gosh, we're
Exactly.
just talking, you know.
But y'all
Exactly.
know that
That's the
they'll do that.
difference.
They'll do that
Mhm.
also, and then they'll go ghost on you
Yes,
too.
they will.
Okay.
They'll go ghost on you like a one-night stand. I'm not sure if anybody had them on the phone. I'm not sure if y'all know what that is. They will go ghost and not answer the phone like a one-night stand that
Wow.
you didn't like.
Wow.
They won't answer your text. They won't answer your phone call.
And
Now,
you got
that is
money
something-
for them.
They don't. Now, I don't know why. Maybe somebody else called. Maybe they think it's a scam. Maybe they think, because they haven't had this phone call either.
Right.
And you're all going to go through it. So I'm just letting you know now, as you keep on doing this business, you're going to get on the phone, you're going to laugh, you're going to talk, you're going to provide emails, they're going to talk back to you through text message, and you're going to call back and they're not going to answer. You're going to text, they're not going to answer. You're going to email, they're not going to answer. So we all can have a conversation. Maybe that could be the next class. What happens after you laugh on the phone and you have a one-night stand and your girlfriend, your boyfriend don't call back?
Right.
What do you do? Because we go through this on a daily basis. She had a nice conversation with a young woman. She ain't heard back from her. I had a conversation with a sister, just had a baby out in Florida, and she haven't answered the phone. But it happens. I think we had somebody out a Texas deal that panned out. They won't be getting any funds back. Dolores, she went missing for a little bit. So they will go missing, y'all.
But they will sometimes come back.
They'll
'Cause
come
she-
back
Yeah.
and say,
Dolores
I've
came
been
back.
busy, I've been working and stuff. And you be like, damn, I know you at work. We all at work, but you can't answer a text message. You can't
Correct.
answer a voicemail. So that's another class, another day. These people you will have a blast on the phone and hang out and talk like you just left the family reunion, and they
Mhm.
will go missing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we have a
Good
question,
info.
Vanessa. I want to make sure I get to the questions. Vanessa, you have a question?
Yes, so about the attorney. So let's say that I found one attorney in Texas, in one specific county. Can this attorney represent me for the whole 250 something counties for Texas?
Repeat that. I'm sorry. Repeat that.
They may not. Texas is a big state.
Mm-hmm.
So your attorney down in El Paso may not be the same attorney that can work
So-
in a different county or a different state.
Yeah.
That depends on where and how. You have to ask them, and he or she will let you know if they can work. A lot of these attorneys are working on Zoom, doing
Mhm.
Zoom meetings with these hearings with these counties, so they probably can. But I would just let them know, like, hey, you would ask
I
that
work-
question, like, hey, I'm in Texas. Do you work the entire state of Texas? Because they are registered in the state. They can, but you
Mhm.
have to ask them if they do or not, because you won't know if you don't ask them, give them that question.
Mhm. Okay. Um,
Possible.
I submitted a claim last week, and I was figuring out where do I need to send the email and what are the documents that I need to send. So are these documents, the deeds and the deed of trust and everything, does do they need to be original? So I get the copies from the county.
Well, if you're wanting to know what to provide to your attorney and you're building a relationship, you may want to just contact your attorney and ask them, hey, what do you need to finish this claim? Because he or she may need their own particular type of documents that they would like. I'm not sure what type of claim that you have in Texas, whether it be a mortgage,
Where's the mortgage?
foreclosure,
Mhm.
yeah, or tax, or if it's a mortgage. I would ask the attorney what he or she needs, but if it's a mortgage foreclosure that you have, you're probably going to have to provide some information to the mortgage company regarding this situation. Now, is this your first deal regarding a mortgage foreclosure surplus in Texas?
I was doing some deals, but I was with another guy, and I was like Karen, right? Looking for clients and explaining everything, knocking doors. And he had the relationship with the lawyer, and he was like preparing the documents. So I
Okay,
was signing like closing documents, but then after that, like probate or affidavit of heirship or whatever it was needed, he was handling that part.
okay,
So but this one is the first deal like on my own, right?
okay,
And trying to figure it out things. And I didn't get an attorney for this claim. And
okay.
I communicate with trustee, and they asked me for an indemnity agreement. Are
Yes,
you?
yes. Now,
Yeah.
if this is your first mortgage foreclosure, I would strongly suggest that you JV this deal with Karen. That way you can go through the process, because what we don't want is a situation where you're going through this process and you're not sure what you need to do, what you need to fill out. And that's great. I want to commend you on what you're doing so far. And like you said, you know, you're calling people and you're trying to figure it out. But if we've never played chess before, we're probably not going to win the chess tournament. We've never played checkers before, we're probably not going to know how to win the checker game. Dominoes, spades, whatever the game may be. And this is your first time on this go around. And like you said, I'm not sure what to do next. I would get with someone that's actually done these deals before. I would get with Michelle and have her walk you through that. That way, you're at least, you can go through the process. You can look at some of these documents and you know what to do from there. That way, on your second deal, you're a little bit more comfortable. You've seen some of the documents before. You understand why we're contacting the mortgage company or what it may be. And this last deal that we closed, she has a mortgage foreclosure that she may be
Yeah.
going over in this class. I'm not sure
I'm
if
not
she's
gonna
going to
do
do
it in
it
this
now.
class. I'm gonna do it in
We're
another
going to do it
class.
later.
Yeah.
We're doing these. Me and I got some veterans in this surplus group. So in Texas, we're doing these mortgage foreclosures, and we specifically don't have to pay an attorney to do these. I have some people that have been doing this for a few years and understands the ins and outs of this surplus, and we don't actually have to have an attorney to close out these mortgages in Texas. So that could be an expense that you don't have to pay out of pocket. You can keep that couple of $1,000, and we're closing out these mortgages ourselves and not paying an attorney on those. So I would strongly suggest you get with Karen on this, because you also have to watch out for other people contacting your client. And with these mortgages, he or she can contact their mortgage company. And if they could wiggle themselves with the right conversation, the mortgage company can just go pay the.
Our son is sick.
Mhm.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Our son woke up throwing up. Okay.
Oh, no problem.
Give me 1 second, you guys.
Mhm.
I don't know how to. Let's see. Ah, let me mix it. All right, y'all, sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and, we're gonna keep going and talking, but I'm gonna turn my camera off since my husband can clean up the mess. So, okay. Was there any other questions? Vanessa, did he answer that question for you?
I think he did, but I don't know
Okay.
if would you be able to share an indemnity agreement?
Okay,
I don't know if it's possible. I had a communication with the trustee and they say they can disperse the funds to me, and they just require the indemnity agreement. And I was just looking for one on Google, but that was the main reason why I try to join this class, because I
yeah,
think, you were going to explain those details, right?
yes, and we do provide those forms, so we do
Okay.
have those forms. That's why he was saying that, you know, if you need help
Yes,
closing
definitely.
out or whatnot, just let us know, reach out to us through our email, and we can kind of go from there as far
Yeah,
as helping you close it out.
I wasn't present at the beginning of this class, but I'm assuming you guys do JVs, right? So that's why, but I don't know how it works. If we, during the class, what I understood is, that you might be able to provide leads. Mhm. But if you explain it, I'll watch the recording tomorrow, and then I'll
Okay.
get back to you then.
Yes, and we do JV agreements, and I believe someone had asked a question earlier on what was the percentage, what was the cut, and I told her it was 60-40, and that's with us providing all the documents and the attorney and help assisting you with closing the deal out. We do have a JV agreement where it has our company and your company name. And a lot of the verbiage in the agreement is basically says that, you know, Royalty Recovery is a sister company to your company. That way, you know, both of us are both acknowledged in the agreement moving forward with the attorney. So, you know, they know how to disperse the funds and whatnot. So definitely we can speak about that. If you want me to shoot a JV agreement over to you, or if you just want to email and we can
Mhm.
set up a time to talk, we can do that.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Anyone else? Oh, Shannon, I see your hand up. I see it. Go
Yes,
ahead.
honey. I should still be able to get open up a business bank account with whoever I choose, even though I'm still trying to get the situation with the address taken care
Yeah,
of, secretary and the EIN and all that stuff, right? I should be able
correct.
to go ahead and do that because they're going to ask for documentation, for
Right,
the
and then
business.
they're going, so most of the time, what one of the issues, get this other one, the outdoor one. One of the issues that we ran across with the bank was verifying the address. And
Right.
so you may have to get that address thing situated first, because if they're not able to verify that address, they're gonna want like a utility bill or something like that, or you showing the lease or something like that in order for them to move forward, or you're gonna have to use your home address. And I know that you don't want to use the home address, so you may have to get that taken care of first before you get the bank account.
Okay. I appreciate that.
No problem. Tammy?
So to work with your company, do you have to already have your company set up, your
No,
LLC or whatever? No?
no, you do not have to be set up.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
I
No,
haven't
ma'am.
done that yet because I have to disclose to my company, and I have gotten permission to do it, but
Mhm.
I do work from home and stuff, and
Yeah,
we just started full-time working from home, so I didn't want to
okay.
start it until like the beginning of the year or whatever, but I would like to practice, and Haven's
You
here
can.
and Haven can do it through her,
Yeah, you do not have to have your LLC or anything set up yet. No. Some people
Okay.
prefer to go ahead and have all that set up or whatnot. You can have something as easy as a DBA set up for now, you know? But you don't have to have anything to go ahead and start making phone calls.
So do you do like a contract for like 1099 or anything like that for
Nope, we don't do that. We don't take any, you will be responsible of your own taxes. We don't take any like taxes or anything like that out. That's something that you have to do on your own.
No, I was talking about,
Well, like the contract, like
like a-
contract, 1099 contract.
like a contract,
Like a
independent
contractor.
contractor.
No, we don't. I think that, is that something we may look into, babe, or we just not gonna really?
If they were going their taxes, they have to cover their own taxes.
Yeah, yeah, so we're probably not gonna even deal with the whole 1099. We're just gonna help you get paid in closing deals, so,
So basically just a JV.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, how you wanna handle your taxes, that's gonna pretty much be on you. Now, I see, and I'm sorry for one moment, I see someone on the call that from a 615 number. They have not unmuted themselves or said anything or have announced themselves. And I know they have said in this class since it has started, and that just makes me very suspicious of them they haven't asked a question or anything. So I'm trying to figure out how to get them out the room. If they can't unmute themselves right now, I'm going to go ahead and remove you out of the room. I do not appreciate that at all. I know people do that to be nosy, to see what's going on. And I'm going to let you know right now that whatever agenda that you have, it will never prosper, okay? Because that's just not how you conduct yourself. I'm trying to figure it out. And okay, I figured it out. Yeah, yes. Give me 1 second, you guys. All right, I removed them. Cool beans. All right.
Was it Denise? Did she call back in? Or
No, it
Denise?
wasn't her. No. No, I gave them an opportunity to speak. They didn't say anything. If they had anything to say, they would have unmuted and said something. So, yeah. There we go. Cool beans. Any other questions? And y'all, this won't be the last time I will do this. I do want to make this something that we do, if not on a weekly basis, bi-weekly, to where we all just come together and just talk and see where we are. Someone may need a little help with something. I know what we do a lot around here is we tag team with each other. My husband will call some claimants, and then I'll be like the follow-up, like his supervisor. And I'll follow up and say, yes, I'm just calling just to check and make sure that Jason took care of you and that, he explained everything he needed to explain in regards to the surplus fund that is due back to you. So I play, we kind of play off of each other, and he does the same thing with my claims. He'll call them because sometimes it could be a man and it's better for him to talk to a woman, or it could be a woman and it's better for her to talk to another woman, or whatever it is. We tag team with each other to try to get the case closed out. So if you guys need assistance, like, hey, Karen, I really need help closing this out. Can you give them a call? And I pretend like I'm your supervisor, and I, just check on and make sure that, everything is taken care of, and how can we move forward with them today with getting a yes. So just know that we're here to support you guys in any way that we can. But right now, I want you guys to focus on going fishing. Go and fish and find some deals, and let's work together and try to get them closed out.
Contact your local county, tell them you need a copy of your surplus.
Oh, okay.
Surpluses.
Okay, and another option is, contacting local counties and asking them access to the list of their surplus. So that's one way of doing it as well. Like I said, I've given you guys those links. You can start there. The link I showed you for Miami-Dade and Dallas County, those 2 links that I sent you guys, those leads on there. You will have to use truepeople.com to skip trace. So that's going to take time. Again, you can reach out to me and we will start providing lead sheets next week. I'm going to say probably by Thursday next week, we will be providing lead sheets where you don't have to, if you don't have time for all of that skip tracing and whatnot, we'll provide those lead sheets. Tam, you had a question?
Yes, I was just wondering if that's the only 2 states that you're wanting to do right now, or?
No, you can do all of them. You can go play around and, oh, what's a good one?
I just want
Tennessee,
West
Delaware,
West
Go ahead.
Coast. West
West
Coast.
Coast. Yeah, the West Coast, well, I'm about to say Las Vegas, Nevada, Ohio. Is it Ohio? I don't even know. I'm trying to imagine the map in my head right now. Georgia,
No, West
Um,
Coast. Like,
West Coast. Yeah, anything in the West Coast. I haven't really, have you tapped into California? Yeah, California. Yeah, I know he has. I haven't too much in California.
Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
wherever she feels.
Wherever in the West Coast you feel like tapping into. But now I
and
know
y'all
you
be able
want
to
the West
provide
Coast.
the attorneys and everything for any state on the West Coast?
Yeah. Yes, we can take care of that.
Is what about Oregon? Is that one of the states that to stay away from? I can't remember.
I believe it was Colorado. I hadn't heard anything about Oregon. He does Colorado too? Okay, well, our coach says he does Colorado. So,
Really?
And if you can find something in Oregon, let's go. Yeah. That's my back office talking, you know. I just
I'm
tell you,
I'm gonna have more time to devote if it's on the West Coast because I have
Yeah.
my 9 to 5
yeah.
here.
Now, where are you
so-
located, Tammy?
I'm in Texas. I'm in Central Texas
Oh, okay.
by Bryan College Station.
College
Amen.
Station. Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
Texas too.
Yeah.
Galveston, some counties in Houston. Yeah, dive in.
Okay.
Yeah, Texas do have some of the most foreclosures though. When they do, they shake down. They shake down for real. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if anyone on this call is bilingual or anything, but that helps.
Got our first deal in Texas. That's what our mentor
I
was
am.
saying, get out the backyard. We had to close our first deal in Texas.
Yeah.
So we could keep on.
Vanessa, you had a question?
I had, but I forgot it.
You forgot? No.
Oh, I guess yes. It was about the software that you mentioned on the class that you use, the XLPS, something like that.
Yes.
So do you have a subscription there and they provide all the leads?
I do have a subscription there and I do get a lot of my leads from there.
Okay, but if you get a lead, you need to do a JV with them, correct?
JV with who? With the system? With their
With the
system?
yeah, with the company. It's because I think I scheduled a meeting one day and they said they provide all the leads, they provide all the skip tracing and everything. And they have all the agreements, they have they send the notary. They are basically the back office.
I would have my own back office.
People on YouTube are saying that they're.
Yeah, a lot of people on YouTube are saying that they have not been paid doing it that way. So that's why I'm offering my back office to you guys.
Oh, you are offering it?
Now you could jump on.
You can try it, but
and get their lead searches. But I would heed to what everyone is saying that they haven't got paid yet. So if you have a company that's jumped out and you have all these people who are saying I haven't got paid, I wouldn't want to be the next person in line to purchase that company's product and start sending my deals over there with everyone online and saying, hey, I haven't got paid. I haven't got paid. So the leads are remarkable. That was our last deal that we closed, was a lead off of their program because they provide leads. But as far as sending your lead over to them and trusting them, someone you can't see, you can't talk to, you're not sure about, and you're going to tell your claimant, hey, go with this and this is what's going to happen. What if they run off and don't pay the claimant and don't pay you, like all the people on YouTube are saying about their company?
Okay.
So
do they provide a skip tracing?
no,
Only
their leads, Their leads are already skip traced. They're providing leads that are fresh off of a mortgage auction in these local counties, and they're providing phone numbers of theirs and their relatives. So all you pretty much have to do is pull up the information from their website, click to their information or their family members' information, and pretty much make phone calls. They already have the amount of the judgment sitting there. They've already had the amount of the bid of the home regarding the sale of the home. So you can pretty much do that subtraction right there, see your surplus amount. Now, you won't be able to see any liens or judgments. Now, that's what we had on another deal in Ohio. We submitted that over to our attorney, and the attorney said, hey, you're supposed to do your due diligence. There's another lien on here. There won't be a surplus. So that was a learning process, but the lead was great. I talked to mom. Her mom had passed away, and the home got foreclosed. So the lead was great, but there was another lien from HUD on the home. So I would use them for their information regarding the lead process, but I wouldn't send my deal over to someone I can't see, I can't get on a Zoom call with, I can't email, I can't talk to, I don't know them. I wouldn't send my claimant over to a situation of unknown like that. So we have a lot of people on YouTube saying, hey, I'm with the XPLS Pro. Hey, I'm on this. And one of my mentors saying, hey, he's speaking with a dude that sent about 30 deals over into this company, and he hasn't got paid for one of them.
Got it.
Wow.
So I would use them. It seems that the leads are great, but I would get that lead and I would go somewhere else with my lead and start trying to build my business versus providing it to XPLS Pro, because it seems that they're not paying people, and they're not even paying the notaries that they're sending over regarding signing the documents with the mobile notary. So a lot of people are not getting paid from their company, but the leads are remarkable. They're real-time leads. People getting foreclosed on Friday, and they'll have the information regarding the foreclosure on Friday. People are going to be getting foreclosed on Monday, and this system is going to have the information regarding the foreclosure Monday.
Okay. And how is it that we are gonna keep communicated? Do you have a Facebook or WhatsApp or like any
Well,
kind of
my phone number, I will give you my direct business line number where you can contact me on there. I'm really good at email. If I don't answer the phone, it could be that he's utilizing the phone and he's calling claimants, or I'm whatever, stepped away, whatever. But email, we stay on top of our email. We check our email constantly throughout the day. So I will give you guys that number. If you guys want to write it down, I can give it to you now. It's 945 386 9778.
Okay.
Again, that's 945. I was about to forget it, y'all. What did I say?
386.
386. Thank you. 386-9778. I'm trying to keep up with all these phone numbers. That is our business line. And then you guys have our email, lrr.assetrecovery@gmail.com. We check that throughout the day.
And can we refer people to your website as well if they want to get clarification, if we don't have a website up yet, if we just have LinkedIn or anything like
You
that?
sure can. You sure can. And it should, if you look in your email, it should be at the bottom of the email. But I believe I just transferred our domain to loyaltyroyaltyrecovery.com.
Okay.
I'm on the computer right now. I'm gonna go check that, double check it really quick. Let's see. Did it close out my tabs? Let's see. I did close out all my tabs. Loyaltyroyaltyrecovery.com. Yep, it takes me right to the website.
Okay, great.
Write
that down.
And like I said, you just let them know that you are, your company is a sister company to Loyalty Royalty Recovery.
Okay.
They're my business partners.
Gotcha.
And you can just utilize our website, go and get familiar with it. It's very basic, pretty much. You know, you scroll all the way down, they can click on surplus funds and then it'll tell you all about surplus funds.
Okay.
And that's the
Now-
information that they really need to read to kind of understand what happened, how did that generate, you know, how did those funds generate? And it tells you right there on the website.
Okay, awesome.
Mhm. Any
Great
other questions?
information. Great information as usual.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying. I wish I had this when I was when I first got into it. I felt like a lost soul, just like, oh my God, what do we do? I don't know if I'm doing this right. So that's why I'm so excited teaching you guys, so you guys can kind of skip all the extra stuff and hurdles we had to go over because it was stressful. I'm not gonna even lie. Like he told you guys, I was like,
I
I
believe
am not doing this. Like I could do something else.
You'll
So
believe that. I believe that.
yeah.
But you're a blessing. You and your husband are a blessing. I'm so glad I
Mhm.
found you on your YouTube. And I'm thankful. I always get a notification when you have a video. I say, oh, let's see what she's got to say today. So, so
Thank
let's
you.
see what we can deal with today. Let's see what's up. So I
Yeah,
enjoy
it
it.
takes a lot for me to do these videos, and I'm gonna share a little secret with y'all before I let y'all go. A lot of people don't know this, because I don't boast and brag about it. But
Right.
I was on the Steve Harvey show back in 2017. It could have been 2016, 2017. I was on the Steve Harvey show.
I love
So
Steve.
Really?
yeah, and and people are like, how are you nervous? You've been on national TV. And I'm like, yeah, I still get nervous. Like, I just, it takes a lot for me to sit in front of a camera and talk.
Yeah.
And we've also, and I'll send you guys the link, just when y'all have some downtime and y'all just want a good laugh and you want to let your hair down, go and watch my husband and I on Divorce Court. We were actually, we were flown out to Atlanta at the Tyler Perry Studios, and it was pretty much all acting. We did a great job, but we went on there talking about one of my businesses, and we were like pretending like we were going to get a divorce, but it's so hilarious. It was like pretty much a 30-minute commercial about my business. That's
Okay,
pretty
I
much
can't
what it
wait to
was.
see it. Oh my goodness.
So
We got we got some
Good.
we got some
I've done a lot of TV. It's just I don't, yeah.
actors
So
and actresses. Yes.
yeah. So yeah, definitely. I
Awesome.
don't mind helping you guys. Whatever I can do to help. Do not feel like you're hindering us or bothering us or getting on our nerves or anything like that. Just reach out to us and let us know whatever you need help with. Whatever you need help. But I'm going to tell you right now, the first thing you got to do is just dive in and start calling. Just get yourself comfortable. It's okay if you don't sound perfect. These people don't know. You know, they don't know what you're supposed to be saying. And you're helping them. You
Exactly.
know, yeah, they think you've been doing this forever. So just, dive on in and don't be nervous about it. Save all that nervous and get that out your system right now. Cause that's not gonna get you anywhere. Cause I was scared. I was like, oh, what if they hang up? What if they don't? What if?
Right.
And I wasted too much time with the what if.
Exactly.
And so you guys got this. You can do it. You really can. If I can do it, y'all can do it. Okay. If you truly knew my story of where I've come from and my background in school, if I can do it, y'all can definitely do this. So just do it.
I have faith. I have the faith. honey.
Yes. Yes. Any other questions before I let you guys go? Because we have been on for like 2 hours straight.
Straight
Any
2
other
hours.
questions? Everyone has all my contact information.
Man,
Y'all know to call me if you need me. I will be here tomorrow. Well, I have to leave and go to the office to get that check. So I
absolutely.
will be doing a video for that because I would like to walk you guys through. Like I said, this was our first check straight from the mortgage company. So once we
That's
get these
awesome.
funds, we have to put it in our business account and we have to wire transfer the funds to the claimant. So this will be our first time doing that. So I would love to like just show you guys how, what to do and how to do it. So when y'all time come, y'all know what to do.
You can do it. Exactly. So I hope your baby gets well. I hope he feels better soon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
I
Bless
hope
his
you too.
heart.
Maybe a long night for us, but I guess I have to brew some coffee and be ready for it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say some
Thank
prayers
you.
for him, for y'all.
Yes, we will. We will.
thank you. Thank you guys.
Karen,
Yeah, I
just
have everyone.
question.
Vanessa, you
Hi.
have a question?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm gonna it's time to sleep. But just one question. So how is it that we're gonna have access to the documents and everything? You're gonna be sending an email?
You will actually go through us with the documents. That's what the JV agreement is. So basically with the JV agreement, we provide all the documents like he was explaining. We won't ever know what documents you're going to need until it's like a claim by claim process. Like until you bring a claim, then we'll know what documents we're going to need to use.
Oh,
'Cause you
I
can
thought
have
you
one-
were going to provide material.
Go ahead. What was your question?
Yeah, I thought you were going to provide materials. But I don't know if I was wrong, if I'm wrong. So
Um,
only if we do a JV. So
Yes,
now
the
we share.
agreement, yes,
Mhm.
the JV agreement, yes. And I think we can go ahead and provide the contingency agreement as well, so you can have that. Because the first thing we want to do is go ahead and have them sign on the agreement. And then once we get the agreement, yeah, okay, the agreement and the POA,
Have lots of documentation to their mortgage company.
okay. And then the information that the documents that we have to provide those to the mortgage company or to the attorney if it's a tax foreclosure.
Mhm. But for the
Okay.
indemnity agreement, were you going to share that one, or I need to do a JV?
You would need to do a JV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you can have these documents all day and still not know what to do with them. So we want to make sure that you understand, but you'll see it, you'll have it, you'll see it.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
yeah, so if you want to take time and try to really study it and try to because I understand, I get where you're going. You want to do this on your own, and
I
I
was
encourage.
doing it. I was doing it on my own on this transaction. And I mentioned it right. Without an attorney, right?
Yeah.
And I think the only step that I'm needing is the indemnity agreement. I have one. I filled it out, right? But again, how I said, I thought you were going to be able to assist with it, but then it's only if we do a JV.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So just reach out to us, email us, or call us.
All
And
right.
JV is just until you get comfortable and get to know the documents and all that stuff to where you always say, okay, I don't know what the contract will say, Karen, on your end as far as the JV. Is it a certain amount of time? Is it 60 days, 90 days, or is it until we get more comfortable? Leisure.
And then you may not have an attorney too. So I wouldn't go and try to flap my wings yet until I have a rapport with an attorney. And that's something that you can be doing on your spare time is, calling around, talking to different attorneys in different states and introducing yourself and, try to start building a rapport, not necessarily giving them a deal right off the bat, but just kind of like, sniffing them out,
Right. Mm-hmm.
How many deals have you closed? How many third-party companies have you worked with? Let me ask the questions here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would start doing that too. But like I said, my back office has the attorneys. I
Mhm.
don't have a relationship with any of these attorneys, but my back office do.
Absolutely.
That's why I do calling. I say, hey, I got somebody in Ohio that wants to go ahead and move forward. I give it to my back office. They take care of it. They keep me updated on what's going on and give me a payout date or if there's any additional documents that need to be, signed or filled out. And I'm on to my next deal.
Right.
That's their headache now. I'm done.
Yep.
So
All
I
right.
agree.
Thank you.
You welcome. You welcome. You welcome. All right, you guys, any other questions? Because I'm about to roll out because mama's got to get the pine saw out and the, the cleaning supplies, the bucket. And I
On
got
mama
to clean.
duties.
Daddy
and,
already, he plugged up the vacuum cleaner. So baby, don't turn it on until we all exit off the.
See y'all later.
Thanks so much for you guys.
Thank you
Y'all
guys
really,
so much. I'll be looking forward to y'all's phone calls and emails. Please reach
yes,
out to us,
yes,
okay?
will
All
do.
right. Thank you so much,
All right.
Karen.
Have a blessed evening, and I'll talk to you
Thank
guys soon.
you. Thank you
Okay.
guys.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye.